Oh, hi. I'm so busy that I said, just come ride with me. How about that? Rather than sit down in my little home studio, I'll just drive and talk because I just can't catch a break. I'll tell you what's going on. It's about, I don't know, 1 o'clock, about 12:30 here on a Thursday. I've been working. You see my trailer, I'm pulling my trailer. It was full of cake when I started this morning. It ain't anymore. And I started at 2, and I've been going since then, and I'm still not done. So I just figured I'd let you ride with me. Something happens in the South when we have bad weather of any kind. People lose their minds. And this past go-round, we didn't even have any snow. We had a lot of cold weather. It's still cold. But you let a dusting of snow fall down in the South, and everybody just rushes to the store and they grab bread and they grab milk, and obviously they grab cake, and they're just wiping me out. And it seems like I've been playing catch up for at least 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm still going. So you can just ride with me, because I had a thought I wanted to share with you folks. You know, Trump says that we are headed into the golden age of America. Sounds good to me. And by the way, his first, 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, I guess. I mean, I'm impressed. I got to be honest. I am impressed. There's some things that I'd like to see him do that he hasn't done. But, I mean, he just got started. You know, for the next 4 years, I'll have the opportunity to beef and bellyache about what Trump has done or is doing or isn't doing. But it's all gravy, folks. The main thing is Biden's gone. That's the main thing. So, you know, at least we've got some sanity. Trump is just sucking the air out of the room. I mean, this guy walks into a room and he's just got that personality, and I think he's off to a pretty good start. But he was talking about this being the golden age of America. Something caught my eye in the news the other day. Maybe it's not newsworthy, but it just caught my attention, and it was Charles Schumer, who is the Senate Minority Leader for the Democrats. And he was giving a press conference in the Senate, outside the Senate, wherever they do it. And he was talking to the press. He was giving his statement and his response to all these EOs that Trump is signing. I mean, Trump just was a man on fire as soon as he got to the White House and started signing these things, letting all the hostages go. And I said hostages that were being held in the gulag there in Washington, D.C. What a cesspool that place is. And of course, Schumer, dutiful Democrat that he is just trotting out the same old tired lines that, you know, Trump has no right to do all these things, and blah, 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 blah. It's just the same old script that we've heard for years and years and years. And they're going to fight Trump and do all they can to foil him, you know. And then he brings out these same old tired tropes about how Democrats stand for the working man, and they've got a problem with Trump turning the government over to the rich elites and the 1%ers. They're such hypocrites because, of course, these people, these Democrats, they're wealthy themselves. That's what Democrats are. They're rich, white, liberal people, for the most part, bought and paid for. They get into government and they become multimillionaires, as we all know. They are the rich elites. So to hear him accusing Trump of, you know, turning our government over to the rich 1%ers or whatever, he's such a hypocrite. Charles Schumer is such a hypocrite, but Democrats, of course, are standing for the working man, which is utter BS, and everybody knows it. And it just occurred to me, folks, Trump is a smart man. I don't agree with Trump about everything, but Trump is a smart man. You don't generally get to be a billionaire if you're not fairly smart, unless, of course, maybe you inherited it. But, you know, if you went out and made that kind of money, you're not an idiot. And Trump isn't an idiot. He is a wise and smart man who at least knows how to make money, obviously. But once getting into office, have you noticed that Trump has begun to basically build a coalition? He is surrounding himself with people who are not historically aligned with the GOP. It's like he doesn't care. I mean, he is wanting to build a coalition. This is smart. I'm talking about people like Elon Musk and people like Jamie Dimon with Chase Manhattan, the big bank in New York. These people are not typical Republicans, but Trump he's a big tent politician, and he is outflanking the Democrats by doing this left and right. It's like he doesn't care if you're a Republican or Democrat. He just wants you on board with his agenda, and it's working. It's working to some degree with a lot of Democrats. There are rumors that John Hoodie Fetterman is considering flipping to the GOP. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I don't know if it's just hearsay, but it wouldn't surprise me. Trump is building this coalition, and he's getting people on board without checking to see if they are Republicans first before he'll talk to them. He doesn't care. He just wants you on his team, quote unquote. This is smart. He's setting up the GOP for the future. I think the GOP is in a good place. I believe that the future is bright for the GOP. The issue here is you've got a lot of people who are Trump voters that aren't necessarily Republicans. So in 4 years, I assume it's going to be Vance at least vying for the nomination. And I think he's probably got the inside track as of now, although it's very early. But you've got to somehow turn Trump voters into Republican voters, if you know what I mean, because not all Trump voters are Republicans. Remember, not all Reagan voters were Republicans. Reagan won with a lot. Remember the yellow dog Democrats? Trump is a coalition builder, and he got people to vote for him and support him that aren't necessarily Republicans. So the trick is converting these people, these Trump supporters, into Republicans if you're a Republican. If you're like the chairman of the Republican Party, that's your task, is turning Trump voters into Republicans. So we shall see what happens, but that's what Trump is doing. He's building this coalition with as many people as he can get inside his tent, his big tent. He's got a big tent idea, right? And what struck me about Schumer's little press conference that maybe 3 people watched is he's trotting out these same old tired Democratic talking points. We're for the working man. We are against the rich and the elites, which everybody is paying attention knows is an absolute lie. This is not a winning strategy, is my point. The Democrats are in trouble because they don't have a message. All they've got is what they've been using for decades now, and it is not a winning message, folks. Trump won because he had the message. The Democrats are just negative. Trump is positive. The Democrats are against everything. Trump is for. He's a positive. You know what I mean? let me illustrate this if I can. Before I took my present career path, I worked for 20 years for a company by the name of Frito-Lay, right? The snack people, chips, Fritos, Tostitos, all that jazz. I worked for that company for 20 years before I retired and went to work for the company I'm with now. Now there is in Frito-Lay, unfortunately, Frito-Lay is a part of the PepsiCo Corporation, and there's not too many corporations in America that are more woke than PepsiCo. DEI hires and all that nonsense. I don't know if that's going to change now. Hopefully it will. If they have any sense, it will change. But anyway, I digress. Frito-Lay, to their credit, was an incredibly innovative company. Now, they had products such as Lay's potato chips and all the various flavors, Fritos, Tostitos, salsa, cheese dip, all these different things, Ruffles, Cheetos, Doritos, and they were always coming out with these new flavors. I mean, it was astounding. They're always coming out with the new flavors, new products, new brands. Well, there's another chip company, or there was another chip company or snack food company here in the South. Their footprint wasn't nearly as large as Frito-Lay's. They were a regional company, and they were based out of Birmingham, Alabama, and the name of the company was Golden Flake chips. And when I was with Frito-Lay, we always referred to Golden Flake as a Me Too company. And what we meant by that is every time Frito-Lay would come out with a new chip flavor or a new product, it would be a matter of months or a year or two before Golden Flake would try and duplicate us. For example, we came out one year with baked Lays. It was huge. And it was only a matter of time before Golden Flake came out with their version of baked chips, right? Trying to get in on the action. Another big product launch for us was Tostitos Scoops. You know, Tostitos tortilla chips? It was just a matter of time before Golden Flake came out with their version of Scoops. Me Too. Anything we would do, they would always try and duplicate us and get in on the action. So we always called them a Me Too company. That's where the Democrats are, folks. Don't let me interrupt myself. That's where the Democrats are, in my opinion. The Republican Party, or more specifically Donald Trump, not the Republican Party, but Donald Trump is leading the way politically in America. He has a movement. He has a base. He has an agenda. He has a plan. And Donald Trump is basically saying, get on board or get left behind. It's as simple as that. And the Democrats are either going to have to get on board or come up with a new agenda, or they're going to have to go with the Me Too strategy, because they've got nothing to offer, folks. It's as simple as that. If Charles Schumer, a typical Democrat, is just going to regurgitate these traditional losing talking points, well, the Democrats are for the working man. The Democrats are opposed to the rich and successful. That's what they've been saying for decades, and it is a losing strategy. The best thing, if I were advising Democrats right now, I would simply tell them, you better just become a Me Too party. That's the best you can do for now. Just try and duplicate what the Republicans do. You're not going to win by being negative. You're not going to win by alienating and ostracizing people as they have done. They latched onto wokeism and this DEI nonsense, and look where it got them. It got them slaughtered at the polls. They got woke, and politically they got broke. Donald Trump broke them, and good on him. Now, what happened to Golden Flake? What do you think happened to them? It was just a matter of time until they didn't go out of business, although I guess they did, but Golden Flake got bought out by another company that I think are based in Pennsylvania, and the name of that company is Utz. U-T-Z, Utz. Golden Flake is now a part of the Utz company. And Utz can't match Frito-Lay either. But the bottom line is this: the Democrats need an overhaul. Their future is not bright unless they wise up. You're not going to win with the Schumers and the Bernie Sanders and the Obamas and the Bidens and the Harrises and the Clintons of the world. Those people are gone. The Democratic Party needs new blood, and I don't see any on the horizon. It's sure as heck isn't Gavin Newsom. So I don't know what they're going to do. They need to get their own populist like Donald Trump. But the best advice I could offer them was you need to be a Me Too movement, because Donald Trump has completely circumvented them and outflanked them, out-messaged them, out-branded them, outvoted them. Where do Democrats go from here? It's either the golden age of America or Golden Flake, which went out of business, basically. That's what's on my mind right now. Hey, comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about. I'd appreciate it. Like this video, share it if you would, or subscribe to the old Triple T channel. Hey, thanks for joining me. Let's get back to work. I'll talk to you soon.